When me a little girl and live in a flank of Montego Bay, Jamaica, Missy Kenneth Bar give certain man what enough to give them to kill PNP. When me a little girl, Jigs dead, Sidney Corbett dead. I mean, I'm going to call the one them one name of life because I don't want to kill me people them a flanker. Them the people that do a lot. And me can boss it. Me can good it too. Because I don't lie me I tell. From Miss Mary days in a flanker and Kenneth Bar days. Me can tell you what me see labor right do. Labor right are no good blood clad people side of people, politician people them. They will come with like a crash program back in the days. And now. Labor right are the wickedest person. Bunty, let me tell you the truth. Because I can expose you now. Because they have man who are alive right now in a flank of Montego Bay, Jamaica, where they come from. Was a little girl and my people, there was labor right. And there was the head set up a labor right in a flanker. What me see? Blood clot labor right the gun. Up a road, up a flanker. And down a Act City, down a Sidney Corbett, the seat with me too, yeah. I mean, they are firing now, I can explode you. Do you know who is Kenneth Bar? You are Lily boy. I'm going to expose someone on our signature.
Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called Honorable Dishonorable. I am speaking about politicians in Jamaica on both sides, JLP and PNP, in which person have placed on a pedestal. Called them honorable, gave them all sorts of badge and medals of honor. When the fact is that all they have done is a whole bunch of dishonorable, corrupt, evilous, murderous things. Speaking PNP and JLP, both party. As a matter of fact, these persons are still held on some sorts of pedestal. If they could, they would make them national hero. In this case, you hear this lady is talking about one person, Kenneth Bar, and people, this is her opinion as it pertains to what she says, what she has witnessed with her own two eyes, and people, yes, that man's name have been called up on a whole bunch of controversial stuff, but not only him along with other persons from both PNP and JLP. This is my disclaimer before I proceed. I am neither PNP nor JLP, and like I have said, and saying it once again, I would rather vote for some sorts of random goat, whether a nanny or Billy Goat, than any one of these two parties, PNP and JLP. So you hear this lady saying what she saw with her own two eyes as a child. And people, if you do not have your head up your ASS and have been following politics and know anything about any sort or both or most volatile communities in Jamaica, that is the general consensus, meaning that it is the norm rather than the exception. And I know that person are going to say, see, me tell you, say, I'm a PNP based on this one video. Now, people, the truth and the fact is that I did not hold this lady at GUN point or under duress and tell her to spill the beans about what she saw, what she experienced with her own two eyes. This lady is giving her own views based on what she said she saw. And people, you and I know if you are truthful, you have heard this as it pertains to both parties across the board, being PNP and JLP. These people in which we have as some sorts of honorable, most of them are dishonorable, most of them are corrupt, and this has been going on from back in the days, 4 or 5 decades ago. It has only gotten progressively worse as we go along. So therefore, they are even more corrupt and even more evil. So pretty much they have changed the strategy, but the end result and the motive is still the same. It is the power or the quest for power. Power is money. Whenever they are in power, they make more money. Them can corrupt, them can manipulate the minds of the people. They pretty much have the public purse at their disposal. So therefore, they will do anything using new strategy. However, the end product or the result or the motive, ulterior motive, is always the same. For win at all costs. It does not matter what they have to do. And people, we see that this was properly displayed in the latest election that we saw over the past couple of days or so. So therefore, two parties, but both of them are playing the same sad song, the same sorts of corruption, the same sorts of evilness. So therefore, this is not isolated to any one party. It is both party, same thing, same medicine, point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called the power of the pum, and be very careful of persons that you meet on social media. Most of the time you are going to get catfish. Most of the time they are wolves in sheep clothing. They are not as advertised. I am speaking about a construction worker from Manchester. His name is Clayton Robinson. It is said that Mr. Clayton Robinson met this lady on social media upon the phone. I am assuming it is social media. They began to talk. One thing led to the next. They developed some sorts of love or like for each other. And she told him, say, you know, say, me are a man. And him say, they know, say, me are a woman. Vice versa. You know exactly what I mean. It is said that this man started to support this lady financially. However, he realized that this lady was in a relationship prior to meeting him. So therefore, she was taken from Tom, she had taken from Timmy, she had taken from Jack. Wherever she could get money, whoever she could manipulate to send her any sorts of money, she would tell them that they are her man, vice versa, them she are for them woman. Now, people, if you know anything about social media, a whole bunch of catfishing goes on, a whole bunch of scamming. People are put up all sorts of pictures that is not them. People are putting out all sorts of images that have nothing to do with their character. So therefore, them pretty much have put out all sorts of craft. It is said that when this man came to the conclusion that he is not the soul man, him and a man a yard, he demanded that, listen, you see the money that when I send you Western Union or MoneyGram or give you in a person, I want it back. It is said that she was delaying him. She did not give him. She did not comply. When he realized that his demands were not met, he went to her house early at about 10 a.m. in the morning. It is said that he commenced to CHOPPING her up badly and even took off the left hand in which she received the money from him. Now, people, the moral of the story is this. Be very careful who you meet out there. Know their background. Do some sorts of due diligence, some sorts of vetting process. Even though people can manipulate, people are full of all sorts of craft. However, whenever you see the darkness and the ignorance comes into play, that is the time that you know that you need to find some sorts of safe zone. Take care of yourself, because this man will take you away. This man will CHOPP you up and even take off the hand in which you stole his money according to him. So based on the Popo report, it is said that this is supposed to be a slam dunk case. This man was arrested, he was locked up, he was officially charged. He is supposed to be convicted based on the fact that this lady knew his name, based on the fact that this lady knew that he was already arrested. He is from Portmore. He came to her vicinity when he met her. She then properly identified him in some sorts of identification parade, and that is how the Popo pretty much pressed the charges on him. Moral of the story, like I said before, be very careful who you meet out there. Know their background, know their characteristics, and even more importantly, know that they will take away your life if you try to deceive them. Point blank and period. Further on in the news and continuing on the theme of the power of the pumps, unless the power or lack of power of the mind, and also your anger management. This one is not in Jamaica. This is in Daytona, Florida, and went up to Philadelphia. I am speaking about a 25-year-old man that was wanted. His name is Denito Simpson. Based on some sorts of information, Mr. Denito Simpson caught up a man. His name is Daniel Williams in a Daytona, is in Florida. That is just north of Fort Lauderdale. This incident occurred back in September of 2023. Mr. Simpson was on the run from the Florida Popo from the fugitive apprehension team from the feds. However, as luck would have it, like them say, long run, short catch, he was caught a couple of days in Philadelphia. Based on the information, it is said that Mr. Simpson, he had a girlfriend. That girlfriend became the baby mother of Daniel Williams, who was 24 at the time he met his demise. It is said that there was all sorts of confrontation between Simpson and Williams. Mostly, Simpson would be the agitator or the aggressor. It is said that they met up at some sorts of apartment. There was some sorts of argument, some sorts of scuffle. Both men end up on the ground. It is said that when Mr. Simpson realized that he was at some sorts of significant disadvantage in the FIGHT, he got up in wheel and pop off him tool and him blaze up some can for Mr. Williams, two to be specific. Mr. Williams was rushed to the place of recovery. However, too late was the call. Mr. Simpson has been on the run ever since. However, his luck ran out when the fugitive apprehension squad caught him in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that is. Moral of the story is this: the power of the poem will make you stray if you do not have mind control and if you have anger management, jealousy, and obsessive tendency. This man had both, and this is what led to this man doing what he did. However, he is going to live, or DIE, to regret it, because now he is in the hands of the Popo. And if you know anything about these Popo and the justice system in Florida or America, they do not play. So if you run afoul of the law, you are going to get pretty much what you deserve, meaning the brunt of the law, meaning the maximum time allowable under the law. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, this is called warning, warning, warning. For you dirty, low-life Jamaicans that like to talk about unlike young girl, unlike 2-year-old, unlike them young, fresh and green. Whenever you leave Jamaica with that dirty attitude and go to America, it is a different kettle of fish. This 38-year-old man, unidentified, name not given, in a place called Massachusetts. If you know anything about places like Massachusetts, whenever you are caught, arrested, and convicted on any sorts of SEXUAL crime against any sorts of minor, you are usually going to get the full brunt of the law. Unless, of course, you are a foreigner and them just make you plea out and then deport you instantaneously. I am speaking about this 38-year-old man that went to America in 2017. He was supposed to leave. His 6 months had expired in about April of 2018. So therefore, he overstayed his time. Based on the information, it is said that in or on or about 2022, this man met some sorts of young girl on social media or in a real life. He shared some sorts of DICK picture, and then they met up and they had some sorts of sex. The only problem is that this girl was 14 at the time. Now, based on the court reports, court record, it is said that he was charged in 2022. On or about 2023, he went to courts and he answered to the charges, plea bargain for SEXUAL ASSAULT BATTERY and a little picnic 14 years or younger, and also sending out all sorts of DICK pictures. They dropped the other charge and he was given 3 years suspended sentence. However, what he did not know, because he thought that he got away scot-free, is that these people, they are coordinated in their efforts as it pertains to immigration, POPO, and the courts. And what he did not know is that ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, they have a unit that is called arrest and removal. They were doing a nationwide sweep all across America in which they picked up over 275 persons. He was amongst the 275 persons that were arrested in this sweep. So therefore, him overstay him time. He could not just get a normal job like all illegals. He had to be out there looking for all sorts of young PUMS. And that is the reason why he got himself in a trouble. The moral of the story is this. When it comes to America and when it comes to Jamaica, two different kettle of fishes. These people, America, law enforcement takes it very seriously. Based on what the ICE official spokesperson said, this man posed a significant threat to its citizens and residents, so therefore he had to be removed. He is now in removal process. He is going to get deported back to Jamaica from whence he came because he could not keep his little teely in his pants. Now people, just imagine if Jamaica was to do the same thing, take this very serious crime serious. The amount of people that would be locked up, meaning people, father, people, uncle, people, neighbor, maybe about half of Jamaica would be locked up right now because you and I know that it is deep secret. Jamaica is PERVERT and Petty Central, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.